Online job postings and recruiters. Let's talk about other ways to find jobs outside of networking. Here are the learning outcomes for this video. By the end of the video, you should 1. Understand how online job postings and recruiters can be used to find jobs. 2. Understand who recruiters work for. 3. Know tips for working with recruiters. And 4. Understand that recruiting is a two-way street. Let's get started. The first way to find jobs outside of networking is through online job postings. These postings might be found on a company's website, or they might be found on websites such as LinkedIn, Indeed, CareerBuilder, Monster, and so on. There are even job search websites that are industry specific. For example, usajobs.gov is the official website for federal government job postings. Keep in mind that there's a lot of competition for jobs that are posted online because almost anyone can apply, so your chances of getting a job this way can be low. The second way to find jobs outside of networking is through a recruiter. Recruiters are people hired by an employer to fill job openings. The recruiters might be employees of the company with the opening, or they might work for a third-party recruiting company. Third-party recruiters are paid either on a contingency basis for each candidate they place or on a fixed fee basis. In either scenario, they're paid by the employer and not by you. Recruiters should have a good understanding of the job description and what the hiring manager is looking for. A few tips if you want to work with a recruiter. First, you should only work with recruiters that specialize in your desired industries, companies, or jobs. Second, be prepared to discuss your target compensation because the recruiter will ask you for this in your first meeting. We'll talk more about compensation in later videos. Third, be prepared to explain to the recruiter if you have any gaps in your resume during which you weren't working. This isn't a red flag, especially if you were in school, volunteering, consulting, etc., but you'll be asked to explain. And finally, be professional in your interactions with the recruiter because they're agents of the employer. Treat your interactions with the recruiter as if they're part of your job interview. Working with a recruiter should be a two-way street. Both parties should communicate directly and frequently. Both parties should make sure they're a good fit for each other. Both parties should treat each other with respect. It would be disrespectful for either party to miss a scheduled meeting or to show up late. And both parties should be honest. For example, you should only engage with a recruiter on job opportunities that you're willing to accept, and you should immediately withdraw from the process if at any point that's no longer the case. Conversely, the recruiter should have honest discussions with you about the employer, the job, and the compensation. If recruiting isn't a two-way street, then it's best to end the relationship. One final tip for recruiting: you should make it easy for recruiters to find you. The best way to do this is by keeping your LinkedIn profile current. Make sure the About section of your profile provides insight into your career path. And make sure you don't just list job titles in the Experience section, but also list some job responsibilities. Another way to find jobs is by working with a staffing agency. In general, staffing agencies are mostly used to fill temporary, part-time, or entry-level jobs. That's the end of this foundational video, but just a reminder that this video is part of a longer playlist. The playlist is in chronological order, meaning videos at the beginning of the playlist cover things that occur at the beginning of a job search and vice versa. If you liked this video, then you should check out the other videos in the playlist. If you thought this video was confusing, then try going backwards in the playlist to learn more about job search up until this point, or even forwards in the playlist to see how things come together. Thanks.